Weekly Wednesday Live. I'm Natalie Hankins, career confidence and mindset coach, and today I will be sharing 5 essential steps for achieving work-life balance. Say hi to me if you're joining me live, and let me activate the chat, and let's get right into it. So the first step to achieving work-life balance is to actually believe that it's possible. Before we can achieve anything, we have to believe that it's possible that we can accomplish our goal. Some people don't believe that work life balance is possible. And if you don't, then it's not, because our thoughts create our results. So, with the mindset model, our thoughts create our feelings motivate our actions, and our actions give us our results. So our thoughts become a self fulfilling prophecy. I'll give you an example. So I coached a mompreneur who also has an adult child with autism, and she was finding it difficult to balance her business with spending time with her family and also, achieving her health goals. And her thought was, I have too much on my plate. So when she's thinking, I have too much on my plate, then that creates a feeling of overwhelm. And then from the feeling of overwhelm, our feelings motivate our actions. So when we're feeling overwhelmed, we don't do anything but spin in the thoughts of everything that we have to do. And that's exactly what was happening with her. And so her result was she didn't do anything on her to-do list, and then she still had too much on her plate. Do you see how directly our thoughts create our results? Hi from North Carolina. Thank you for saying hi to me. Um, so I helped her to realize that her circumstances weren't actually the problem, because that's what I learned when I was certified in the mindset coaching. The circumstances are the facts, or they could be like the goal. And so the circumstances do not create our results. It's our thoughts about our circumstances that create our results in our lives. So once I helped her to realize this, then after she had that mindset shift, it was actually her thought, I have too much on my plate, that was creating her result of still having too much to do on her to-do list. Then she was able to I helped her focus on a more empowering thought so that she could actually take action. And then she was able to figure out how to prioritize her time and balance her time between her kids and her business. So if you are thinking work life balance is not possible, then you're probably feeling defeated or discouraged. Negative feelings don't motivate us. Instead, I would like you to consider how it might be possible. And this is really where I help my clients, helping them to believe in the possibility that it is possible to achieve their goals. Once they are in the mindset of possibility, then they can produce a feeling that motivates them to take action. So let's take a moment to do this now. If it were possible to enjoy a work life balance, how would you do it? I would love to see what you come up in the comments. Let's support each other with ideas. My idea of how it's possible to enjoy a work life balance is to set boundaries around our work time. So I recommend block scheduling. You want to create blocks of time that you work on your business, but also you want to create blocks of time for your free time. And this is my second tip: set boundaries around your work time and honor your schedule. And this is a challenge for a lot of us working from home. And it's definitely a mindset thing. Have you ever noticed that when you have an appointment, you are ready on time no matter what? Even if it means like leaving dirty dishes in the sink, you figure out what time you're going to be there and you commit to being ready and being there on time. I encourage you to have the same mindset when it comes to working hours. Schedule your working hours and commit to them. Being a parent of two adult children with special needs means that I also have appointments to make and phone calls to make almost daily. And so I decided to set a regular time for that. And I recommend following your flow of energy and natural breaks in the day. For example, I recently decided not to do one on ones after 3 because that was really zapping my energy. I have most of my energy in the morning and early afternoon. So I start my work at 9 and then I work until 3 until the kids get home. So that's one block of time that I dedicate to work. And I've also scheduled time for making those appointments. So setting boundaries around work time is definitely something that I help my clients do, but it does require mindset. I had to get help with this myself from my own coach because I had the thought, I'm not in control of my schedule. My coach's reply to this was, well, of course you're in control of your schedule. If you're not in control of your schedule, then who is? And after I thought about this, I realized that she was right, that it wasn't helping me to think that I'm not in control of my schedule. And so after I had that mindset shift, then I was able to put boundaries around my schedule with my calendar link, right? And I was able to block out time for lunch and limit the times that people could schedule one on ones with me. Now I've taken back control of my schedule by focusing on the thought, I'm in control of my schedule. So, a practical strategy that you can use to take control of your schedule is by using a calendar link like Calendly to set limits on the time when people can talk to you. You can also choose to ignore instant messages and work text when you're with your family enjoying personal time. It's so important to set those boundaries, and I would love to help you do that. The third step in achieving work life balance is to prioritize. I teach my clients how they can make time for the activities that are most important to them with my time prioritization system. And this is something that we do when we work on the life zones strategy. You want to think about the life zones that are most important to you. So for me, my health, my family, and my career are a few of my most important life zones. And write a to-do list under each life zone. Then you'll want to prioritize your to-do list and schedule that to-do list weekly. Yes, you have to schedule time for the scheduling, but I promise you that it's worth it because in the long run, you're going to save a ton of time because you won't be wondering what to do next and you won't be stuck in overwhelm, right? So, how we spend our time is how we spend our lives. That's why it's so important to prioritize what's most important in your life and make time for that. Are there things that you could drop or delegate to make time for the things that you really want to do? So, one thing that I really do not like to do is to cook. But my husband really enjoys a home cooked meal and he loves watching those cooking shows. And, he kept talking about what a great cook he was. So one day I was like, okay, well, would you like to cook on Sundays? So, I was happy to delegate cooking on that day to him. And then that frees up time on Sundays for me just to relax or, do my dancing whatever I want to do. I would love to hear how you delegate tasks in your house. Again, let's help each other out with ideas so that we're not doing it all ourselves, right? It's so important to ask for help. And the fifth step to achieving work life balance is to live in the present moment. Once you have scheduled the time for what you want to do in your most important life zones, you've got to be in the present moment during those times. So, for example, when it's work time, right, you want to be focused on work. When you're with your family, you want to be focused on your family. If you find yourself preoccupied with work when you're with your family, then your kids will sense that. I mean, mine certainly do because I'm not perfect by any means. But I've just found that when I do really make the effort to be present in the moment when I am with my family, then that is so much more enjoyable, right? There's no guilt with that. As Eckhart Tolle says, worry pretends to be necessary, but serves no useful purpose. And I would agree because the problem is that negative emotions don't motivate us to do anything productive. So when we indulge in negative emotion, we often waste time doing things that aren't productive, such as mindlessly scrolling on Facebook, overeating, shopping for things we don't really need. And this is called buffering. Buffering is definitely not productive and it costs us our time and energy. So, I have an awesome strategy for being in the present moment that I learned from my first certification from the Coaching Institute. And in this strategy, it helps you to focus on your higher purpose for whatever situation that you're in and really live in the present moment because the past is already gone and we can't predict what's going to happen in the future. So all we really have is this present moment. And then I combine everything that I do with the mindset coaching because it's so important, again, to be focused on those empowering thoughts so that we're not buffering and so that we're taking action towards our most valued goals in our lives and our businesses. So, to recap, the 5 essential steps to achieving work life balance are to shift your mindset to believe that work life balance is possible, to set boundaries around your work schedule and honor your schedule, to prioritize your to do list in each of your most important life zones, to let go of things that are non essential and delegate wherever you can, and then finally to live in the present moment. As a life and mindset coach, I would love to help you with these 5 essential steps so that you have the time and energy for what's most important to you. And everyone has different goals in life and in business. That's why I offer a free breakthrough session to discuss what your most important goals are and then how you can break through any challenges that you might be facing. So I will leave that link in the comments so that you can schedule a time to talk at your convenience. And I look forward to helping you prioritize your time and shift your mindset so that you can create a life and business that you love.